What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today I'm checking out the Boker S2, which I picked up over on CountyCom for $55, which seems like it was either a sale price or an introductory price because they have it listed now at $75, which seems to be in line with every other retailer. They're usually $75 to $80. So, not sure if it'll ever hit that price point again, but at this moment it's sold out on CountyCom. I'd imagine they're coming back in stock at some point, but don't know that they'll drop below that $75 price point. Again, every other retailer has it listed there. So I'll put a link in the description to a retailer that does still have it in stock. But hopefully, again, it will come back in stock on CountyCom because besides being cheaper when I bought it, it also comes with this pickpocket case even at the $75 price point, which is the nice kind of little freebie. Just kind of standard fare. It's neoprene, no kind of that fur soft lining that you see in a lot of cases is not present here. But the nice thing about it is it does carry 4 knives, 2 on the interior as well as 2 on the exterior, which is nice for this size kind of taco shell case. It just carries more than you would expect, so kind of a nice freebie. Probably, I think they sell it separately on their website if you want one without the knife, but nice that it comes free. And I think there's some other knives that come with it as well on the site. So out of the box, the action was a little bit tight for me. It's definitely kind of broken in at this point. I'm still able to misfire it pretty consistently, but with even a slight wrist flick or really just kind of a concerted effort, it will open pretty consistently. So you don't need a lot of kind of wrist flick, just a lighter wrist flick will get you there. But it's not perfect. It's better now. I loosened the pivot about 1/8 of a turn and added some KPL, and it's definitely breaking in. I've had it for about 2 weeks. I'd imagine it'll get a little bit better as time goes on. There are plastic washers in here, which isn't great, so take that as you will. I guess you could upgrade it if you wanted to. But again, it's a $55 knife, so can't expect a ton, but I mean, also there's plenty of $50 knives with excellent action, so would like to see that a little bit better, but it's not too bad, to be honest. Again, I'm able to open it with relative consistency with just the slightest of a wrist flick there, along with that flipper tab. Now, as far as complaints I do have about the knife, only really a couple minor ones. They're pretty nitpicky, to be honest. One is these T5 body screws. I wish they would have just went T8 throughout. There's a T8 on the pivot. But I always worry with T5 that they're going to get stripped out eventually. And then the only other kind of minor complaint, and this again is very nitpicky, is I wish they would have carved out the scale to match the frame, just to give you a little bit more access to that frame or liner lock. And you do get a decent amount of access. It's contoured out here on the bottom, and again, the liner itself is cut out, so you do have a decent access to it. I would just wish I could get a little bit more of my thumb on there. But again, not too bad overall. Now, I picked this up originally mainly because it has a kind of unique and weird design to it. It's just kind of odd looking, and I really like that. So the blade is 440C, has this really chunky sheep's foot blade, and it's pretty long, just under 4 inches at 3.98 inches. The flipper tab here adds kind of a nice finger guard, so you're able to do some pretty heavy cutting here without worrying about your finger rolling up there, and it works pretty well. Nice jimping and a good placement of it. And the G10 scales, nicely contoured. They do have these kind of grooves carved into the show side only, and those can be a little bit sharp as you're running your fingers across them, but while you have it in hand, you don't notice it at all. I guess because they kind of go the direction your fingers are going to want to travel, and so they don't feel sharp in the hand, and it's a very, very comfortable grip for this size knife. Able to get a full 4-finger grip with plenty of room to spare. The pocket clip is a little bit ugly, but it's nice and flat and well shaped and fits in the hand really, really well. You don't notice it. It does not create a hot spot whatsoever. And so this handles 4.8 inches, bringing the overall length to 8.7 inches. So this is a pretty good sized knife at just under 9 inches. Weighs in at 5.4 ounces, so a little on the heavy side, but it doesn't feel heavy in your hand. A little bit heavier in your pocket, but in the hand it feels pretty lightweight actually. Is a liner lock, flipper tab. Again, G10 scales, 440C steel, and it's designed by Sniper Bladeworks, which is a custom knife maker. I haven't checked out their other blades yet, but from what I've seen, they're pretty pricey. They make custom kind of tactical style knives, so interested in checking those out at some point. But again, this is a super comfortable knife, especially for its size and its kind of weird shape. It doesn't look like it would be necessarily the most comfortable, but that weird shape works really, really well in the hand. Now, it does come with another pocket clip, so this is right hand tip up carry. It's got a lanyard hold as well. It comes with the second pocket clip, which usually when that's the case, you would think that this is to make it left hand carry, but as you see on the show side, there is no pre-drilled holes here to make it left hand carry. And that's because this pocket clip is actually to make it tip down right hand. So you have right hand tip up or tip down carry. Not sure why they did that rather than a reversible pocket clip. Kind of an odd choice, but I'm not going to switch it either to tip down, and I wouldn't have switched it to left hand. So not the biggest deal to me, but I guess would have been nice for that 10% of the world that is left-handed. Overall, really digging this knife. It's not the best action, not necessarily what I would expect from Boker, which I have. This is probably my 4th or 5th Boker, and I find that they make good quality products, good knives. This is kind of a mid-price knife, mid-tier materials, 440C. It's decent at the price point. G10, again, kind of what you'd expect at the price point. So kind of one of their mid-tier knives, but a little bit less than I would expect on the action for a Boker. But overall, I'm really, really happy with this knife, and especially at $55, I feel like it's a really good knife for the size of knife you're getting, and just kind of the ergos on this are super comfortable and uniqueness of the knife. I'm overall super happy with this knife at this price point. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of this knife, if you've checked it out, and if you're familiar with the Sniper Bladeworks. I'm definitely interested in checking out some of their other designs, because this is pretty unique and ergonomically is really, really comfortable. So curious to see kind of what some of their other designs look like. I'm going to check them out anyway, but I do know they're quite pricey, as most customs are, and I'm sure the materials are going to be much higher end than what we're getting here for that price. So definitely interested in checking these out. But super cool, random little knife. I'll put it again in the description somewhere that does have it in stock. So if you're interested in this, it's not necessarily a new knife. So if you're interested in this, it should be available and from multiple retailers. So I'll put something down in the description below. But again, let me know what you think down in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, hope you have a great one. Take care.